presto mi corazón a cambio de mi pobreza. Malagueña sabrosa, besar tus labios quisiera, besar tus labios quisiera. Malagueña sabrosa, y decirte, niña hermosa, que eres linda y hechicera, como el calor de una rosa, como el calor de una rosa.
What we do is like we come together as friends, as community to fight, and this we will have different people to perform, and I want to welcome you.
It's called No More Public Housing Evictions. Let's throw them out. Let's sell their homes. After all, they're only poor people, those that don't own public housing units. They're only African Americans, Latino Americans, poor whites, Samoan Americans, Chinese Americans. After all, what do they have to contribute to our economy compared to the Twitters, the multinational conglomerates, the real estate monster developments who don't have to pay the city taxes? After all, the poor don't contribute to our economy. Well, for your information, those that join public housing work as security guards, they work in retail, they work in offices and construction, they paint their homes, offices, and buildings, they work in the tourist industry, they work in daycare, the students and parents, their children and elders. They have disabled children, they have teenage sons and daughters, they get around in wheelchairs. Where are these multinational families supposed to go? Don't close the door on them, San Francisco. Don't close the door on them, America. The way this economy is going, we may join them in public housing units that are any left or in the streets, along with the homeless. And this one I wrote around, it's called Justice for Michael Brown. I wrote around last year, I can't remember if it was August, September, October. Justice for Michael Brown, and I was inspired to write it after what I found out about the burning of the students at Ayotzinapa. When a human life is valued less in a shoe store, a watch store, a band, as was the case in Ayotzinapa, Mexico on September 26, 2014, and the students were kidnapped, the students were tortured, they were burnt, their faces destroyed. Some people said the protesters were vandalizing businesses, merchant shops. 2, Michael Brown was dehumanized after they showed a video on television of him pushing the store employee after supposedly stealing a package of cigarettes. Sometimes people steal for whatever reason, a push, a supposed radio theft, that should never be grounds to kill someone. Quote unquote, when in Rome, do as the Romans do, famous saying. When the police are responsible for the killing of millions of immigrants over a $2 bus transfer, over pushing somebody, over carrying a toy gun, over wielding a potato pillars, was the case of the Vietnamese immigrant woman then it's time to say, no, ya basta, enough. Stop equating private property, wealth more than black, brown, white, color, human life. A system that thrives on the mentality that a shoe store, a watch store, a bank is worth more than a human life is not a system worth fighting for. Black and brown lives matter. Stop the killing of black and women and children at the hands of the police.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Manas. I'm going to read 3 poems. The first one is for someone that I lost, and it was very dear to me. Name of the poem is Come Back. Come back to this little house and pick up all this nothingness. We want you behind these windows to wipe out those shadows formed in your absence. We want you to sit down with us around the dining table and tell us about your amazing life, where you fed yourself all alone since you were only 14, when you constantly found and lost happiness, where you got to see people's misery. Come back now. We all have the time to listen, to love, to have you. We will leave the windows open. Come back to our house or to those dreams we have about your presence. Thank you. This poem called Rain. Obviously, I wrote this poem on a rainy day, not a beautiful day like today. It is the 4th day with heavy rain. The hand mirror I was holding showed deep lines on my forehead, stretched lines around my lips. The rain managed to curl up in my eyes. My love, can you go back to the spring garden, pick up fresh basil for my lunch, fresh hyacinth for the table? I was thinking of moon bath under the moonlight tonight and caress my face with your voice like a velvet. I was thinking to hold life in my arms lovingly. Then the mirror falls on the grass below the window. I soak my hands in the rain and I curl up my head with rain. Life keeps walking fast with us without the mirror in our hands. Thank you. Thank you so much. And one more poem called Rust. Have I been here too long that every corner of this house is rusting? Webcom is climbing from ceiling to the space between my toes. More decisions to make. It seems the wind is blowing harder on your empty porch. Recycled woman feels the heaviness of the thousands of dead cells on her skin. Yesterday, she was a few hours younger and a bit more careless. It is always those yesterdays we miss living, and then they leave us. Thank you very much.
To welcome all of you here on behalf of the San Francisco Living Wage Coalition.
Les quiero dar la bienvenida de parte de la Coalición del Trabajo.
The purpose of this event is one of cultural resistance, as we have been campaigning over the last few years to really.
El objetivo de esta reunión ahora es nuestra campaña.
And a big part of our purpose of holding this event is to educate people about the true meaning of Cinco de Mayo.
El objetivo de esta reunión ahora es para educar al pueblo acerca del 5 de mayo. ¿Qué significa?
as it was on May 5th, 1862, that a people's militia in the town of Puebla, Mexico, defeated the French expeditionary forces.
Y el 5 de mayo en Puebla, México, en 1862, el pueblo mexicano derrotó a las tropas francesas.
And the importance of this was that that not only did the people of Mexico defeat one of the most elite armies in the world, which was imperialist force in their nation.
Y lo más importante de esto es de que el pueblo mexicano no solamente derrotó a uno de los más poderosos imperialistas army en el mundo.
The French were planning to march up through Mexico and intervene on behalf of the Confederacy during the Civil War.
Muchos de los historiadores piensan de que ese pudo haber sido la ayuda que necesitaban los confederales en ese entonces, que pudo haber cambiado el camino de la historia, y en lugar de tener libertad para los afroamericanos, ahora en día tendríamos todavía la esclavitud de los afroamericanos en los Estados Unidos.
So us being here today is to remember and to celebrate that type of cross-border unity that for freedom and democracy.
Y estamos aquí esta noche para celebrar la independencia y la democracia, supuestamente, ¿ok?
And so now we'll bring up one of our members, Yunun Uceda, who has been she's been organizing among janitors who've been fighting a very abusive employer that she'll tell you about, which is one of the, is combating some of these very fundamental issues of workers who are being exploited because of their immigration.
Gracias por venir. Mi nombre es Yunuen Uceda.
¿Cómo se llama?
Yunuen.
So thank you everyone for coming. My name is Yunuen Uceda.
Pues ya lo decía acá, estoy representando a los janitors. Estuve por 2 años en una explotación tremenda. Para mí era...
So as Carl was saying, I'm representing the janitors, and for ¿cuántos años?
Todos 2 años.
For 2 years, I was in a situation very difficult due to exploitation.
Sentía que era un camino cuesta arriba.
I felt like it was an uphill battle.
Yo miraba toda la injusticia, me cargaban el trabajo muy pesado como si yo fuera un hombre.
I saw the injustices. The amount of work I was given was way too large for me. It was as if I was a man, and they would expect the same amount of work from me.
Y digo pesado porque a veces tenía que cargar basura 3 o 4 veces más de mi peso.
So when I say it was difficult, I mean I had to carry 3 to 4 times my weight in garbage.
Y cuando yo me quejaba me decía el supervisor, pues esto es lo que hay.
And whenever I would complain, the supervisor would tell me, well, this is the job, this is what it is.
Y que sin papeles afuera estaba muy duro.
And he would threaten me by saying that, well, if you can find something better, the situation out there is bad.
Créanme que yo lloraba por dentro, decía, no sé qué está pasando, por qué me metí a este trabajo.
I felt that I was crying inside. I would ask myself, why did I get into this job?
Porque yo soy restauradora de arte, lo he hecho por 12 años.
For 12 years I've been restoring art.
Pero hubo un motivo que me llevó ahí, yo no lo sé, Dios sí lo sabe por qué.
God knows only why I ended up working there.
Por mí, 12 años para mí fueron muy bonitos. Conocí a personas que me decían gracias.
For those 12 years I worked restoring art, I was really grateful. The people I met, they would actually thank me for my work. I was very happy.
Y llego a empezar a limpiar edificios, a cargar basura, y siento que me están tratando como basura y empiezan a devaluar mi persona.
So when I started working at these buildings, cleaning them and carrying garbage, I started to feel like the garbage I was carrying. And that's the way they saw me, as garbage.
Por mucho tiempo yo miraba en las calles que estaban con pancartas que pedían ayuda y yo decía, si la solución es que se pongan a trabajar, porque yo desde que vine a este país, a mí mi familia me dijo que lo duro no era haber atravesado esa frontera, era permanecer aquí con la frente en alto, que eso iba a ser lo más difícil. Y en dos.
So when I saw people protesting with their writings and their posters, I thought, that's not the solution. They should just get to work, because that's what I had learned from my family. They had told me the hard part is not getting across the border. The hard part is staying within the borders and keeping your head up high.
Cuando yo miraba eso de las pancartas, pues como que se me daba a criticar, decía que la gente era floja, no quería trabajar, y hoy por hoy, a mí no me importa cómo, yo cuando veo una pancarta, están gente pidiendo ayuda, siento el deber de pararme y ir a ayudar, porque sé que algo está pasando ahí.
For a long time I felt the need to criticize whenever I saw people protesting with signs and standing up for their rights. I thought that it was them being lazy, and now I feel that my response is different. I feel the need to go and help represent and stand by them in their efforts to defend their rights and stand up for their rights.
Y para mí fue una satisfacción en buscar la ayuda y la encontré, bendito sea Dios.
For me, it's a great satisfaction to look for help now. And thank God I have found help.
Me siento muy contenta porque llegué a un terreno seguro.
I feel very content because I have reached a safe haven.
Leavenworth tiene conmigo una pelea ya de 10, 11 meses.
It's been 10 to 11 months since, ¿cómo se llama?
Leavenworth. Leavenworth.
Oh, Living Wage Coalition. 10 to 11 month fight with Living Wage Coalition now.
Y pues me siento muy contenta con todo el apoyo de Carl.
I feel very grateful with all the support from Carl.
Muy agradecida sobre todo.
Extremely grateful, especially.
Yo ni me imaginaba todo lo que iba a surgir después de que yo abriera la boca.
I had no idea how much I could gain by just opening my mouth.
Empecé a recobrar mi dignidad.
I began to recover my dignity.
Empecé a decir sí se puede.
I began to think and say, yes, it is possible. Yes, we can.
Y las lágrimas se iban secando poco a poco.
And those tears that I had shed started to dry up slowly.
Cuando yo ya vi la justicia.
That's when I first started to see justice.
Porque en esos 2 años que yo trabajé no tuve derecho ni a una aspirina.
Because in those first 2 years I worked, I had no right to an aspirin,
ni a una vacación.
to a vacation.
En esos 2 años para mí viví lo más feo que pude haber vivido aquí en Estados Unidos.
In those first 2 years I lived the worst conditions I could have expected from the U.S.
Pero si digo que yo no sé por qué llegué aquí, pero Dios sí sabe.
But if I say that I don't know why I came here, but God does know,
es porque aquí están haciendo la justicia.
it's because here justice is breathing.
Estamos trabajando para una cooperativa.
We're working for a cooperative.
A lo que a mí no se me dio.
Those things that I did not receive.
Tener que pagar un salario justo.
To have a living wage that is fair.
Un salario justo, vacaciones.
Vacations.
Y un trato digno.
A dignified treatment.
A todas las personas que vengan a trabajar en un futuro a esto que estamos trabajando ahora.
To all of those who come to work in the future.
Y tengo un compromiso muy grande.
I have a great compromise and responsibility.
Porque yo ya pasé y sé lo que se siente.
Because I was there and I know what it feels like.
Cuando a uno lo pisotean.
When one is stomped on.
creo no tendría yo el corazón de patearle el corazón a otra persona, puesto que ya me lo patearon a mí.
I don't think I'd have the heart to do unto others what has been done unto me.
Esta es mi historia.
This is my story.
Pido a Dios que se nos cumpla el proyecto bonito que tenemos en manos.
I ask God that we may accomplish the project we have,
Y que Dios bendiga esta organización de Living West Coalition, y un aplauso para ellos.
that God may bless this organization.
Yo soy pintora, no me dedico a la música más porque mi voz no sé, no se acomoda a la gente famosa, pero le voy a echar unas canciones que si se las saben, por favor, acompáñenme. Okay. Esta es una ranchera, se llama El Herradero.
Freedom is a fight. Freedom is a fight, not a right. A spiritual struggle on the mic. Addicts of inertia justify their lack of hope with an argument supplied by those that selling them their dope. If the pictures in the paper break through and get you open, there's always going to be a new synthetic way of coping. Never let my essence transgress, just cause I'm ballin'. As long as there's injustice, gotta heed a higher calling. Like a leaf to the tree, cling absurdly to the promise of the mighty oak, spirit branching into intimations of eternity, trembling in the wind. Are we but smoke, my friend, to feed the freezing poet's furnace? Journalist of the spirit, burning the antidote with needles of a Christmas pine he got on MLK and Hope. Ashes of the words he wrote float and intertwine, briefly divine. Be not conformed to the world, but transform it with your mind. Like a young Martin Luther to the Romans in his prime, start to question omens. You'll be in the New York Times, the earnest nervous surface of the modern Icarus, read worldwide like the embers of tomorrow's fire, flying with vigorous purpose across the doorstep of another bemused consciousness, determined to rise past the weather vane, pointing proudly to a cloud's wandering beauty in the blue sky. fails to distract the stockbroker to whom he owes the question why. Instead of mundane observations, aesthetic preoccupations, for little paper but no matter, stay patient was the mantra of his friend in conversation, above a bottle of elevation. They discussed the events of the day but had little to say. Remote ghosts under the watchful eye of the NSA. Personally, technology could never track the movements of my soul, said the bartender while giving them change for legal tender. How does that apply to me? Asked the scribe of his comrade, spitting hippie jive beneath the TV, where the cure for getting old is sold, and you start to wonder, where oh where does the time go? Don't worry, because you'll never know. When eternity forsakes you, how will you react? Will you dig another well, or grow reconciled to lack? Got enough to feed the people if hyenas don't attack, but how long can you walk with the mammoth on your back? Hoping that my song will defibrillate your soul, and every single critic spin safely from the shore. Keep dancing around the fire, or the world will grow stranger. Sail past your horizon, navigate the danger. Music is the reason for our being if you believe in the power of the beat and Holy Ghost to make a heathen. Wander east of Eden. Lack of vision, sow division like decisions in a prison. If do or die is the solution, evolution or extinction. The mind will survive because the heart is an artist, while the spirit of the age remains laughing in the darkness.
Voz de la guitarra mía, al despertar la mañana, quiere cantar la alegría de mi tierra mexicana. Yo le canto a sus volcanes, a sus praderas y flores, que son como talismanes del amor de mis amores.
México lindo y querido, si muero lejos de aquí, que digan que soy dormido y que me traigan aquí, que digan que estoy dormido y que me traigan aquí. México lindo y querido, si muero lejos de ti.
Que me entierren en la sierra, al pie de los magueyales, y que me cubra esta tierra, que es una de hombres caballos. México lindo